Welcome to Free and on the Road. Today we are going to dive into the IKAPE K2. I'm going to take this camping with me. This is a really cool portable espresso maker. What we're going to do this morning before we actually pack up and head out camping is I'm going to pull one shot on the K2 and then we'll pull one shot on our Breville Barista Express and we'll compare the two shots together. Okay, I ground 16 grams of the espresso. We're using Gasparilla roasting. This is our roast that we're going to be using for the entire trip. So I have 16 grams. I got the dosing funnel that came with it, and we'll just tap that right into there. There's a tamp. We'll give that a quick tamp. So we are going to use the feature on this that is going to do the full heating process and everything. The reason why is because when I'm camping, I don't want to have to be heating up the water. So let me go ahead and get some water and then we'll get this shot pulling. So I'm just going to go ahead and put water in there up to the fill line. You don't want to go past the fill line. I know from experience it will not work. Put your lid on and then you just press and hold that button until it beeps. And now it's going to go ahead and heat up. I'll show you on the screen. There actually is an app that goes to this. It's really cool, and it shows you the heat up process. It shows you it heating up, and it'll show you when the extraction actually starts. All right, we're going to do the Breville shot now. I'm putting 18 grams of the same Gasparilla roasting into that portafilter. We'll give that a little, I guess I should have given it a whisk first before I tapped it down, but you know, sometimes you get out of practice. I don't know how. Pull 4 shots a day and you still get out of practice, but there you go. All right, get that. We will get this. Oops, slow down, Jennifer, slow down. We'll get this one prepped. Well, that was pretty. Now let's see the Breville and how this one works. I already have this machine warmed up and ready to go. I normally do my shots manually on this one, so we'll do this manual. It's looking good. I must have had it tuned in right, guys. Sometimes I do it right the first time. Man, that was a perfect shot. Now we're going to compare these two. I'll show you the difference. There's definitely a difference. You can see the difference in crema. So this is our shot pulled with our IKAPE K2. And this is our shot pulled with our Breville Barista Express. You can see the crema difference on this one and the actual extraction. This one looks more like what I would call like a soup shot. Doesn't have the same crema or the same pull like what an actual espresso machine would be. But I think it'll be decent. Let's go ahead and try those two shots side by side. And then we're going to take it camping and see how it holds up on our camping trip. Well, it tastes really decent. I mean, start with good coffee, you're going to have a good shot of espresso. It's definitely a little bit smoother out of the Breville than it is out of this K2, but I think for camping purposes, this gives us a great shot of coffee. So we're going to go ahead and try this for the next week, and I'll show you the results. All right, I'm just going to show you the things that I packed for our camping trip. I went ahead and brought the portable IKAPE. It came with a handy little bag, like so. I just put that in there in the case. Brought my Subminimal NanoFoamer, and I also brought the Subminimal frother, or the milk jug that I'll show you while we're camping how we use that. IKAPE also sent me this stand, so I brought that so it makes it easier to make the espresso on the go, and then these cool little tools. I actually have a little container that I just put all the little tools in. I put all of those right in there and my little tamping mat. We'll get all of that in there. I also always pack a couple of my favorite ceramic cups. I get these handcrafted and I make sure I pack these. I bring some of my barista cloths and I just stuff them in my cups as I put them in there. And of course, guys, you never leave home without cappuccino. So she goes in there. She came with us on the whole trip. You're going to need a way to grind your coffee. So I have my grinder with me. And of course, the beans that I'm planning on using is this Gasparilla roasting process blend. All right, all the essentials are packed for camping. I guess we have to pack the tent and everything else next. So we'll go ahead and get that going and we'll catch you on our camping trip and I'll show you how all of this worked. Okay, so while I'm using this camping, I am gonna be using the feature that actually does the heat feature so I don't have to boil water at my campground. So with that being said, the battery does, it says that it does about 6 double shots per hold. And we drink more espresso than that in our family. So there is the plug-in right there and I just plug it into my USB in my car, and as we're driving I just let it sit there and it can charge from location to location and we can make sure it's charged and ready to go every morning. So I got this Subminimal pitcher, which you can actually heat up on any hot surface. So we're going to heat up the milk and then we're going to try their NanoFoamer to see if we can actually make a latte here. My milk on the griddle there. I think it's warm enough to go ahead and do a latte. I'm going to try to use my Subminimal NanoFoamer and I am going to try to froth this up to see if we can make latte art out of it. They say to just keep it at an angle so that it keeps that whirlpool going. I got my shot of espresso from my IKAPE and I got my frothed milk. I think I might have over frothed it for the first time, but we're going to go ahead and try to pour a latte art. Not quite enough milk for that latte, but I got a beautiful foam and I got a beautiful latte campsite. All right, guys, I've been making my cappuccinos and lattes with my IKAPE portable espresso machine for the last couple of days, and a couple things. I think the elevation is making the pressure not as pressurized at home, because at home it was pulling the shots perfect. Here it's pulling a little slower. They are still delicious shots and it's working great. So we're going to go ahead and make one together. Let me show you how I heat up the milk, because I'll have the milk heating up while we get the espresso going. So I got this really cool jug from Subminimal. It is actually a jug that you can heat up on any heat surface. So I'm heating up my oat milk. I have Oatly milk in it. I'm heating up the oat milk on my griddle because that's what I have to heat things up with. So we're going to have that heat up while we go ahead and make the espresso. So this thing is actually super easy to use. If you know how to pull a shot of espresso, you should be able to use this. I also got their little kit that has the add-ons like the dosing funnel. So we'll put the dosing funnel right on to the portafilter that comes on the IKAPE. I dosed out, I find that it's probably about 17.5 grams fits in here the best. I was doing 18 and it seemed like it was a little bit too much. So I've been doing 17.5. Give that a little tap to get that into our portafilter. And then I have the tamp that came with it, and I will give that a little tamp down. I also found if I tamp it too hard, especially with the higher elevation, it's not going to pull the shot as well. So I've done a few shots now and I'm starting to find the right rhythm for it. You just screw that right into the bottom. And they also gifted me this really cool stand that I can put it on. So I'll take my latte cup and put it right underneath there. And then we will fill it with water. I think that was my daughter's water. This water. We'll fill it with water. Close it up, and then all you have to do is press and hold the button for a second till it beeps, and then it's actually going to heat up the water and make the espresso. So we'll go ahead and let that happen. That takes a couple minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll get a shot of espresso, and I'll show you how the Subminimal pitcher with their nano frother works. Looks like I tamped it better that time. Well, it looks like it's pulling better this time, guys. I think I'm starting to get it at the higher elevation. The settings were definitely a little bit different, higher elevation than they were at home. But it looks like it's pulling like a regular shot of espresso now. That's super exciting. Looks like we're even going to get a really good crema this time. I'm excited for that. So I did find at the higher elevation, just tamp it a little bit less, and that actually helps it because it doesn't pressurize up as much as it does at the lower elevation. All right, I have the Subminimal NanoFoamer and the Subminimal pitcher. This pitcher is super cool because you can put it on any heat surface to heat it up. So if you don't have a latte machine with you or something that does steaming, you can do that. I'm still getting the hang of this frother. I have frothed the milk perfectly a couple times. I find if you get it right at the right angle, you can get it to actually get that nice, beautiful microfoam. But when I pull it too far to the surface, I get those large bubbles. So I'm going to try my best to do it properly this time, to see if I can get a little bit of latte art on this one, and we'll go from there. All right, I think I did pretty good. I got a couple big bubbles in there. We're gonna see. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it, and then, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it, and then we're gonna try to do a pour here. Got my beautiful shot of espresso from my IKAPE, and I have my foamed oat milk that I foamed with the Subminimal NanoFoamer, and we're gonna go ahead and try to do something here. If anything, I'm gonna have a beautiful latte, even if it's not pretty latte art. Look at that. Out camping, I got a beautiful heart, and I used all portable equipment. So there you got it. I figured it out today. Took me a couple tries. I used this for a whole week while we were camping. It did give us coffee the entire time. I did have one day that I had a problem. I didn't realize that the battery was going to run out on me, and it was the day that we left, and I was trying to pull 6 shots back to back, 6 double shots back to back, and it did end up dying. So what I did was I charged it in the car and let it charge for about an hour, and then I was able to pull those shots. But It is about a 5 to 6 double shot ratio per battery, which isn't bad, but when you're doing it for 2 people and you want to make extra lattes for the road, it does make it a little tight. I would say the shots that come out of this aren't quite as strong as what comes out of your home espresso machine, but for a camping trip, I think it is great coffee. You start with great coffee, you're going to get good coffee. I'm going to show you how to clean out this portafilter before we head off today. You can see it's a little bit soupy. The shot is a little bit soupy in there, but it's not bad. The puck will come out fairly easy. When we were camping, I actually took and just banged it into our trash bag, so I didn't leave any grinds out in the campsite. But you can just bang that out just like that, and there comes your full puck. And then I would just wash that at the campsite and put everything back together. It's actually a super easy cleanup. Once you have it all cleaned up, you can just assemble it back together. It actually comes with a cup, so when you're camping, you can actually just, what do you call that? You can express the espresso right into that cup. If you have hot water at your campsite, you can pull a lot more shots. You can pour hot water right into it, and it'll actually extract it immediately for you. You don't have to wait the 3 minutes, which is a pretty cool feature. And it comes with this cool little travel bag to keep it clean and easy to go. And then I have the portafilter filter that I just put in there, and it's ready for me to go. Some of the things that I brought along with me so we could actually make lattes, if you were watching the video and you had questions about it, was I was gifted these from Subminimal. I absolutely love this pitcher because this pitcher, unlike other milk pitchers, is actually made to be used on any heat surface. So I was able to put it on my griddle while my breakfast was going. I set it on the griddle so the oat milk could warm up, and then I used my NanoFoamer to foam the milk, and I was able to pour cortados and lattes right at the campsite. So that was pretty amazing. Well, I hope this review was as educational for you as it was for me. I hope that you try some of these cool things like these camping espresso setups on the road. Let me know which one you're using, and let me know which one you want me to review next. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the hype button, because that really does help us get moved up in the algorithm. Remember, guys, keep on brewing.